Okay, for more on this, we can talk to Rob Harris, a sports reporter for the Associated Press news agency, and he joins us live from our studio in London. Rob, I mentioned that the United States missed out on hosting the 2022 World Cup. There was a lot of bad feeling over that. What makes them think that this joint bid will be more successful?
Well, they're trying to sort of build harmonious relations in the region. They're trying to make it a unifying bid that can bring the countries together, particularly at a time of political strife between the nations as well. But there is a lot of ill feeling still towards the bidding process after that vote in 2010. And to many people, that was the moment that really sort of triggered the downfall of many of the FIFA executives in the corruption scandals, and also led to the US investigations that will end up in court in the coming months with trials and various convictions. So the World Cup could be coming to the country in 2026. That helped to bring down so many of FIFA's highest profile executives, and nearly brought the organisation to its knees.
You talk about peace and harmony. Are you surprised that the US and Mexico are joining forces on this, considering the comments that the United States President Donald Trump has made about Mexico in recent times?
Well, yes, many might think it's surprising that the Americans and the Mexicans can work together when you've got things in recent weeks like the Mexican president cancelling his visit to the White House to see Donald Trump. And indeed, the US soccer president, Sunil Gulati, was asked today in New York at the press conference about some of Donald Trump's most incendiary comments about Mexican immigrants, about the plan to build a wall between the two countries. And what Gulati said was, he said that Trump has backed the bid, and in fact he welcomes even more so the fact it's in unity with Mexico. But there will be difficult days ahead potentially, as the two governments have to work together in staging the tournament as well, because they have to have common interests in terms of making sure the various structures are in harmony on a financial level, on a security level. So it will be interesting times ahead. Of course, Trump won't be the president in 2026, even if he gets a second term. But what FIFA needs in the coming months and years are the guarantees that any fan, any player, any official from any of the participating countries will be guaranteed access to the country. And of course that comes against the backdrop of Trump still trying to implement a partial immigration ban.
Rob, since the US last hosted the World Cup in 1994, the game has really grown there. Well, what kind of impact will the World Cup in 2026 have, not just in the States, but in Canada and Mexico as well?
Yes, well, the 1994 World Cup was very much given to the US on the promise that they would use it to develop the game in a way that Qatar has in fact talked about 2022 as being a sort of stimulus for the region. And it has worked in the US. There have been some faltering moments, but the game of soccer, as of course they call it, has grown considerably. You get thousands, tens of thousands of games now in their domestic competition, and they've certainly showed that they do have a market for soccer, and people are interested, and it is more than just a niche sport. And a World Cup coming back to the US will really drive that interest even more so. We just have to remember back to the 2014 World Cup when tens of thousands turned out in public to watch the US games.
All right, Rob, great to hear your thoughts on that. We'll have to leave it there for now.